Hi, I wanted to talk to you in this video about non-duality. Now, if you're familiar a little bit with Hinduism, and you'll understand there that one of the main corpus of study in the literature is the Vedanta. And in this corpus, there's a school of Vedanta called Advaita. And Advaita Vedanta is concerned with non-duality. And I am concerned about the way some people in the West are accepting or interpreting Advaita, non-duality. Now, why would I be concerned? Well, here's a typical interpretation of Advaita Vedanta as you'll read in a lot of books. This is very popular right now. It goes something like this. You are not your body. You are not your mind. And if you can get to the point where you realize the observer in awareness, who is not the ego, and if you can perceive that which is the observer separate from the mind, then you find out who you really are. That much of it I agree with. If you can perceive that you are not separate from everything, that the self, the Atman, is one with Brahman, the all. And if you can realize that it's not your ego who you are, and it's not even your mind who you are, but it's something deeper that always exists and will exist, then that's the core of something that's true. Now here's what concerns me about most of the people who get into this. And these people are writing books. People are, having disciples, followers, because they understand this much of Advaita. But the problem or concern that I have with it is that, at least based on their writings and based on what I've seen in their seminars, is that's as far as they take people. And that's all they're really focusing on, is living in the presence of this non-dual awareness, which by itself is a good thing, but the problem is it's not the complete picture. So just imagine if the goal, if there is a goal, behind creation is just to have people living in this non-dual state of awareness, then we don't really have a need for bodies. There's no reason for the earth to be here. There's no reason for the entire universe to be created. If you're familiar with the movie 2001 Space Odyssey, it's kind of like at the end of the movie where the guy goes in the pod and he's trying to reach into Jupiter. And all of a sudden he's in this room, brightly lit, ornate room, and the pod is sitting there. And he eats his dinner and the pod is sitting there, and he's an old man and the pod is there, and he's in bed, he's getting old, he's getting ready to die, and it's either the pod or the monolith that's there. My point is, we could just be living in a one-room abstraction of reality or in a cloud if the point was just to experience non-dual awareness. But that's not where we're at. So I feel it's almost like surfing a wave, that you have so many of these ways of looking at creation, looking at the experience of consciousness. And if you latch on to just one facet of that and promote or believe that this one aspect of how you can view reality is the total message, is the total picture, then you're cutting yourself off from the majority of what is there and what life is about. So, if anything, Advaita should be a portion, a piece of the puzzle to help you to be able to extract yourself out of the dramas of life, out of the ego, and to develop a sense of person, of being. But it's not meant for you to only go to that point or understand that perspective as being all that is. Otherwise, there's no reason for manifestation at all. So I see the purpose behind existence to bridge and to connect and to not get caught up in one pole or the other. It's not about duality, it's not about this party versus that party, us versus them, and it's not about all this doesn't exist and only my consciousness is real. To me, what it's about is finding an inner balance and finding a way to relate, and I think that's really the secret behind creation. Consciousness, the great self, the Atman, the Brahman connected together, is trying to experience something, now here's a secret, called life. And what this life is an energy that's about expression. And it's about connectedness. It's about relatedness. And it's about exchanging information, exchanging experiences and awareness. So really, this whole thing is a dance or a play with the purpose of painting all the colors of experience. Not saying that this is the only color, or this is the best color and all the other colors are no good. No, it's an entire spectrum of experience. So there are a great many approaches to life which embrace this total realm of experience. And it brings to mind, great poets like Rumi, and like Hafiz, and like a great many even of the Zen masters who didn't even themselves get caught up in the Zen thing. They were able to look at Zen as a vehicle, but then to laugh at, the saying, if you see the Buddha, kill him, this kind of thing. To go beyond what the structure or the dogma of your view is, and to be open to the entire experience of life. So I wanted to share that. I've been thinking about it a long time, and this kind of surfing on this curve of consciousness, this wave of consciousness, is something that's really central to me, really central to what I'm concerned about and want to tell people about, because you can't just stay in one view or one mindset of reality, what it is or it isn't, and expect to continue growing, because then we become stagnant again. So, I hope this helps. Thank you.